Hi, everybody. Welcome to Serve, Surrender, Succeed, Week 1. So excited to have you here. I'm going to wait a few minutes, get some people on the live. I'm going to tag some people. If you're here, say hi to me so that I know. We have one person on. I don't know. I'm trying to get everybody on. Hi, we have 3 people. Make sure you log in so I can see your names, okay? John's here. Hi, John. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Nath. Okay, cool. You guys are here. Hi, Lori. Okay, we got some peeps. We got the peeps. We got the peeps are here. The peeps are here. Cabs are here. Jersey Shore. Hello. Okay, so unless you log in and you give StreamYard permission, I can't see your name. I just want to give you guys that heads up. So, welcome to week 1 of Serve, Surrender, Succeed. Yep, I see you, Dawn. You are good. I'm really excited about this week, okay? Hi, Naomi. What's up, girl? Okay. So, I'm really excited about this. This week is very meaningful. Very, very meaningful. Because this is going to be what's really going to help you figure out who you are and what you're doing with your life. I'm going to help you. If you guys are brand new to me, which most of you are not, but if you are, just brace yourself because I'm going to swear. So if you need to turn it down, do that. It's kind of what happens when I get into the flow. Please, I want you to put any questions that you have down. I want you to anything that comes up, you're gonna leave tonight and you're gonna have at least 5 journal prompts, if not more. There's a lot of internal work for this course. I'm gonna give you a lot of external information, but this course is really about you doing a deep dive on your internal state, on your internal questions, okay? I'm just gonna tag one more person because I just need to make sure they're here. I can't tell if you are, so if I tag you, that's okay. How did we like the initial journal prompts? To make sure they're here. I can't tell if you. Oh, okay. David is here. And then I was just looking for Shannon and Katie. If you guys are coming, I have no clue. Okay. So Dave, I can't see your name. I just want you to know. Okay, so how did you like the initial journal prompts? I just read everybody's that was posted. Several of you did not post, so make sure you go do that, okay? Because I want to be able to look at them. What I did find consistently across the board was fear is running our lives. And do you know what? Here is what was extremely consistent, okay? The consistency, and I want you to pay attention to this. This is a really big deal. The consistency was that fear of failure is holding me back. Fear of failure is holding me back. Okay, so then what happens if you fail? I cry. Oh, okay. Do you cry all the time? Like you cry for other fucking reasons, right? Yeah. Okay. So you might cry. Okay. What else? Are you going to lose your career? No. Are you going to be okay? Yeah. So then why are we allowing fear to keep us stuck? That is something I want you guys to reflect on. So if nothing is going to happen to you if you ultimately fail, okay? People might judge you, you might feel ashamed, you might feel like shit, but if nothing is really going to happen to you other than you might feel ashamed and you might cry, ask yourself why you're allowing yourself to be held back. Ask yourself why you are allowing yourself to be stuck, staying where you are, and not putting yourself out there in a big way. That's really huge, okay? So we are going to be talking about who you are, what the fuck you're doing, your niching down problems, your people-pleasing issues, and intention setting. Okay, so that's really the agenda for tonight. If we have questions, please post them. I'm going to answer them as we go. So first off, I want to share something with you. So I think a lot of people get this wrong. And this is going to take a little bit of time and a lot of reflection. The whole who you are. People are going to have you go and do like good journal prompts and stuff like that. And I've got some good ones to pull out, some good questions. But I have to be very honest with you and tell you that I've kind of been on this journey of really getting clear on who I am as a coach, as a business owner, as a woman for the last 5 or 6 years. And there hasn't been any one time where I was like, fuck yeah. It's not like that. It's literally like we're kind of peeling the layer of an onion. We hear that a lot when we talk about prayer, or not prayer, but when we are healing ourselves. But the process of finding yourself is the process of healing yourself. That's all it is. And as we heal ourselves, then we can uncover who we really are at soul level. Okay. And at soul level, I really look at that as like who we are in our hearts, who we were here to be. Okay. And we all know who that is when we are in this world as babies. There is nothing more sure of itself than a baby. A baby doesn't give a shit. It's like, listen up. I just shit my pants. Come clean it. I'm fucking hungry. Feed me, bitch. You know what I mean? I'm cold. I'm hot. I want attention. And they're just so sure of themselves. There's no, right? They just expect to be taken care of, and they're completely sure of themselves. And then at some point in our lives, we like get disconnected from who we really are. And we spend our whole lives trying to figure that out. Understand what I just said. We spend our whole lives trying to figure that out. So stop thinking that you're fucked up. First off, the first thing you have to do is you have got to stop thinking you're fucked up, or that you're behind, or that you're a head case, or that there's nobody else like you in the world who is in the same spot as you are. I'm here to tell you there's millions of people who feel the exact same way that you feel. And it's okay. Whether you don't know what your purpose is, whether you're not positive on how you're supposed to serve the world, you're not positive on who you actually are in the world, I just want you to know it's okay. Whether you're multi-passionate, somebody like me who's very multi-passionate, and you're like, ugh, I don't know how to like narrow it all down. What I want to tell you is I just want you to give yourself a little bit of grace and alleviate the pressure of trying to get that all figured out. Just tonight, you are going to alleviate the pressure. You are going to let go so the universe can step in and do its beautiful thing and help you out. The name of this course is Serve, Surrender, Succeed, for very, very specific reasons, because that is exactly how you're going to succeed. The name, and if you haven't written it down, and if it's not in your journal, write it down, because this is the truth. I'm going to teach you tonight. We're going to go over and figure out how you serve. Then the rest of the course, you're really going to learn how to surrender so that you can succeed. If you do not learn how to surrender, and of course we're going over other awesome shit. But if you do not figure out how to let the fuck go, you will not be successful in anything that you do. You will be okay. You will be decently successful. You will not be Michael Jordan successful. Okay? Because he, just to give you an example on MJ, clearly he's one of my heroes. He just knew who he was, and he just went all in on that. Tom Brady knew exactly who he was and went all in on that, and then let go on like beating himself up for anything that he wasn't. Both of them. Okay? Oprah, look at Oprah. Same thing. She just went all in on, I like to fucking ask questions. I'm nosy. I'm just going to get paid for it. Starts getting paid for it, goes all in on who she is, and the universe just fills in the gaps for her. That's what I want for you. I'm not here to teach you to be mediocre. I'm not here to be just some other basic fucking business coach, in which I'm not. I am here to really pull the best out of you. And if you can really understand what I'm telling you, and if you can listen and really hear what I'm saying, because some of you have heard me say this stuff over and over and over again, but if you can just hear what I'm saying, it is incredibly powerful and incredibly life-changing. You have got to go all in on who you are and stop beating yourself for everything that you're not. Stop beating yourself up for it. Because the only way you're going to succeed is if you stop beating yourself up for it, okay? All right. So I'm going to tell you a story. So here's the story. The story is this. I've spent a lot of time trying to figure this answer out, okay? I don't like how the light is looking on my face. You're gonna have to forgive me. I've spent a lot of time trying to figure this out myself. A lot of time. And which is why I feel like I can talk about this. Recently I had a very big win, and I'm gonna share with you the process. And if you're vibing with me, can you put in the comments and let me know, like, are you understanding? Is this feeling good? If it's not, I want to hear about it. If you have questions, I want to hear about it. So recently I started really asking the universe. I started asking myself, like, what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I coaching? Like, am I really supposed to be, like, what am I supposed to be teaching on? Because I know that I'm a coach. Like, I know that I know that I know that I'm a motherfucking coach. And then I started thinking, and then I started studying myself. This is what I want you to do. I want you to study yourself, but you're going to learn through a story. So if you haven't written this down, write it the fuck down. Step one is you need to study yourself. Something we do not do. So many times we are going outward. We are looking outward for our answers. Oh, what does this person do? What does that person do? What are the steps I need to take? Fuck all that. What you need to do is turn inward and study yourself. Go all in on you. Okay? So, okay. Another sports analogy, take a look at like what the sport people do, the really good people, best in the world. What do? They study themselves. They watch, they like they'll film themselves and they study themselves and they critique themselves and they're watching. What do I do? And like, I favor this and I do this and blah, 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 right? Like, so I'm going to have you study yourself in a different aspect. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you get to know who you really are and who you've always been. Because yes, while we are we are changing and I'm consistently like evolving and turning into a brand new person, literally like monthly, I'm just like completely different. But I have some core things that are just who I am at like heart level, soul level. I came on this earth to be and to do, and you did the exact same thing. You have that in you. The difference is I'm no longer overlooking that, and everything is making more sense to me in my life. And that honestly is what I want for you. And truly the epiphany came today. So I asked the universe, I set the intention last night. I said, okay, universe, I'm giving this class tomorrow and I want to fucking knock it out of the ballpark. And I don't want any basic bitch cookie cutter shit. What you need to give me, what I need to give them. So then they had me so then the universe had me have an epiphany today, and here it is. So like I was telling you, I've been like kind of like wondering like, who am I? What am I doing? All of these things, right? Then I started studying myself, and I started this a week ago, right? I started like looking at the DVDs that I have in my collection. We all have our movie collections, but I started looking at like, what do I love? What do I love? I'm not a big TV person, but I do enjoy a good binge, right? I do enjoy a good movie. So I started going through my collection, and I'm like, Coach Carter, Remember the Titans. There was multiple other Love and Basketball. There was like multiple other leadership, movies. And then I said, okay, I'm going to go into my Netflix queue. What do I love watching? I love documentaries and docuseries about successful people, the best people in the world, Michael Jordan, Usain Bolt, some other ones I've studied, Phelps, the swimmer, and I have studied Tony Robbins, who's the best like life coach in the world. I've studied Oprah. I have got to know her bio because she's the best at what she does. I actually I've watched Taylor Swift's, like I've studied that. I don't just watch them, I study them. I'll go back and watch them 3-4 times, take notes, really understand why they're doing what they're doing, what made them them, how they tick. And so then those are just some of my Netflix cues. One of my more recent ones is called Last Chance University. And I'm loving studying the coaches. Everybody's all interested in the players. I'm interested in the coaches. So I'm like getting to know myself a little bit better because I'm not focused on the outside. Does that make sense to you? I wasn't focused on what anybody else was doing. I was focusing on me. So it just kind of started this domino effect on me. And I'm like, what books do I love? Well, that's easy. Leadership books, love them. Personal development, love them. I'm reading Tom Brady's book in conjunction with like 3 other books currently, and like I just love leadership. But leadership that I can get behind. Because we all know, especially if you come from the first responder world, there's like really good leadership and then there's like, what the fuck are we doing leadership? And so I started studying that. Then I started thinking, I'm like, well, so like, who the fuck am I and who have I been? Right? That question, write that down. Who the fuck am I or who am I and who have I been though? What are my core consistencies that I've been since I've been little? Well, I've been leading and instructing since I've been 10 years old in martial arts. At 11 years old, I was teaching my school class karate on a weekly basis. My mom was like floored. My teacher was floored at how I would just take over this class and I would lead my whole entire class of all these peers, boys and girls, and the whole class was listening to me for a whole hour, and it was wonderful. So I talk about that. I was thinking about that, and I was reflecting on how, by the time I was 13 years old, I was literally instructing 15 and 60-year-olds on martial arts, and they respected me. And you have to be very poised to do that, especially being 13 years old, right? And so I just really started thinking about that. And for me, all led to the answer of, holy fucking shit, you love coaching, you love making people better. Okay. One thing I was actually very good at doing, I was a team captain in my sport karate team, and I led numerous people to championship trophies, to first place trophies, championship, regional titles. That was something that I did. My first year ever playing field hockey, in my freshman year, I became the fucking team captain. Not based on my skills of the sport, because Lord knows I don't know what the hell I was doing, but based on my leadership skills. Okay. I could lead up very easily. I was constantly with older people, and you would never know that I was the youngest one in the group. I was always leading up. Okay. So this is just who I am. I'm not bragging, but do you see how I took time to sit and I literally took a whole week to go, who am I? Who am I? Okay, I'm going to start investigating who I am. I'm going to go look at my habits. Like, cause my DVD collection, and I know you're like, okay, that's basic, bitch, but listen to why that's smart. If you have a DVD collection, chances are it's not something you just got, right? My DVD collection has come with me since I've been very young. Okay. And so it has been something that is who I am. It's literally who I am. And so it's been this really very nice thing to be able to go, oh, like at this time in my life, I was obsessed with this and this and this, and here's why. So I really got to know myself. The book thing, for some of you, it's books. So maybe it's art, maybe it's magazines, maybe it's music, right? And music is a big deal to me. And so, like, if you know me, I'm a rapper, obviously. And so then I go and I'm like, okay, like, why though? There's certain songs I gravitate to. Why? And like, just asking myself all these questions, like, what did I do, like, when I was growing up? And like, yeah, there's a lot of bad in there. Listen, I was not perfect by any stretch. And like, there's a lot of bad and negative things that happened to me growing up. But like, if I look at the consistencies of like, okay, I did this and then I did this and then I stumbled, but then I was doing this and this and this. I was always in some sort of leadership position. Did I get stuck with peer pressure? Yes, I did. I fucked up. I got stuck. I smoked way too much pot when I was like fucking 13, 14 years old. I was drunk like every weekend in the summertime at 14 years old. Like, yeah, I was doing bad things. I shoplifted at 14 years old. Like, just things that like Autumn, like herself, wouldn't have done. Okay, that leader in Autumn went away for a while. But so don't get down on yourself about things that like go in and out. But if you look at the consistencies, it's important. Here's why this is important. Because this is going to tell you who you are in the world and what you're meant to be doing. Does that make sense? I just think it's so much deeper, and I want you to take this entire week on this. Every day you have got to take time and ask yourself these questions and study yourself and ask yourself the deep fucking shit. Because it goes back to when you were young. I know I didn't know what I wanted to do in the world, but if I go back and pay attention, like, I was always in a group of people, and I was always the funniest person in the group, and I was always leading the group, and I was always doing these things. That's who I am. Who have you been? Like, who have you been since you've been little? What what things like stick out to you. I mean, I remember being like 8 and 9 years old and having these very adult conversations with adults, like leading and guiding them. Okay. Like, yeah, I mean, I've done that. That's who I am, right? So that really helped me to get clear. So I really want you to study who you are, and I want you to take inventory. Do we got that? Taking inventory. Write that down in your journal. This goes for the whole week. This is not a journal prompt and you're going to have it all figured out. This is not something you will have figured out in a day. I promise you. In a week is like, you're not going to have it all figured out in a week, but you're going to have a good idea. If you sit down and start doing the things that I'm telling you to do for a week, you're going to have a pretty good idea. Okay. So that's step one that you're going to do. Then I want you to really kind of figure out and write in your journal, and I want you to figure out this is where this is going to be contrasting or contradicting to like what a lot of business coaches talk about, as people go, well, who naturally gravitates towards you? And I think that that's important, right? But what I want you to focus on is, who do you naturally gravitate towards? Who do you find yourself around and helping and, whatever, serving? Who do you naturally find yourself, serving? I have, since I've been little, people who want to be great, who wants to be better than what they are. I've been like better at what they are. And it's like they're focused and they want to be great. They want to be the best. I was training, my cousin's a Golden Glove boxing champion, and I helped him train for that. Like I don't know. I just have a lot of different people in my life who I've helped train to become the best that they can be, because that's just who I am. It's what comes naturally to me. Figure that out for you. Okay. Who naturally do you gravitate towards? Because that's going to help you figure out who you want to hang out with. Listen, it's not always about who just comes to us. Because I don't know. I feel like that doesn't feel as good. It's like, oh, well, these needy people are always around me, and so I guess I just need to help them. No, fuck no. That's not going to light your soul on fire. This is all about serving people that light your soul on fire. Okay. So you have to do the things that make you feel really, really good. Therefore, you have to hang out with and help the people who you really want to help with. So figure out who you just naturally gravitate towards right now. Okay. What do you do when nobody is watching? And this is really fucking important. Totally creeperish. Very important. Because you guys all do things that you feel like are normal for you and are, but you do things and you feel like everybody does them. Well, I always go to the gym. Bitch, please. Not everybody's always going to the gym, okay? Like, I always eat my macaroni and cheese and put peas in it. Okay, well, not everybody does that. Like, why do you do that? Or, I always put these weird foods together. Or I always, when I have time, I'm organizing. Or I don't know. Like, I train my dogs. I'm constantly training. For me, when nobody's watching, you're going to find me watching some sort of documentary, whether it's on Netflix or on YouTube. You're going to find me getting into the head of somebody who's great. That's just what I do constantly. I can't help it. I'm like, sometimes I cannot fucking wait for me to have nothing to do and nobody around so I can just focus. Like, for a whole hour today, I was on my treadmill watching Netflix, studying Michael Jordan. I just love it. That is who I am. I just love it so much. And for the last 2 months, it was Last Chance University. Like, I just could not wait to get into the heads of these coaches and study them. And then I would go and I would like look at them online, and then I'd like Google them, and I'd like get to know everything I could know about the coaches and what makes them who they are. And, just whatever. But that's just what makes me me. What makes you you? Like, what do you do? How do you unwind? How do you unwind? What social media are you on when you're unwinding? Ding, ding, ding. That's fucking important if you're a business owner, because wherever you are, that's where you're going to want to make sure that you are for your people, because chances are your people are doing the exact same thing that you're doing. Okay? It's important. And what's the shit that makes you you, right? So this goes back to studying yourself. I hope you're writing all of this down. But what's the stuff that makes you You. What makes you tick? What makes you unique? What makes you unlike anybody else? Okay, so let me give you an example. For me, I'm naturally a very loud person. I come from a very Italian family. My husband, he thinks this is yelling. He'll be like, "You're yelling," and I'm like, "The fuck are you talking? I ain't. You want me to yell?" Like, that's what I'll say to him. I'm like, "Do you want me to yell? Because this ain't yelling. This is just me excited. This is like exclamation marking a little bit, like not even a lot. This is just a little." But that's just one of the things that make me me. I'm just always loud, right? I growing up was always I enjoyed being funny. I enjoyed being the life of the party. I would make it like I remember all through college, I would make sure that I'd make my whole group of friends be rolling on the floor. Like I just loved doing that. Something you can see in me and my brand today. I love doing that because it puts people at ease. It's just a way for me to connect with people, and it's just who I am. Um, I have coached several people that I went to college with on their careers because they were having complete meltdowns about their career and stuff. Like, do you see how that's just who I am though? But do you understand that it has taken me like 5 years to like get clear on this? And this is why I'm just so passionate about this course is because I wasn't doing this. I was going, what's going to make me money? I was listening to what other people were saying. So what's going to make me money? What is nobody else doing? What is there a need for? Fuck that. We don't do that. We don't do that. I'm telling you, we don't do that. And I've done it all the ways, and those ways never made me feel good. And if you're in here, then you're like me, and none of that's going to make you feel really good. You have to do the things that you can do and talk about and sustain for a long time because you want your business to be your legacy, and you want to leave a legacy, right? So you have to be able to do these things for the long term. So no looking out there for the answers. It's all in here. Okay. And then write down all the shit that you enjoy doing. That's really important. I love talking. I'm a talker. I love speaking in front of crowds. That's a goal of mine is to become, a professional motivational or transformational speaker and get paid big to do that. That's something I really enjoy doing. Okay. It's just who I am. I'm just going all in on who I am. So that's extremely important. Do we have any questions? Before we move on, please comment below. Questions or none before I go on to the next subject. And I'm not going to go on until I hear that you guys are good or bad. I'm going to give you a trick on your live streams. Always have water or something to drink because then it makes less dead time for the awkward moments where you're like, let me know if you have any questions. Good. Good. Okay. So okay. Let's talk about here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk to you about your people pleasing. So what I just went over was really good. Do I want to see your journal prompts? I want to always see your journal prompts, but you're going to take this week's journal prompts and you're going to post them in here after this week, right? So like while you're working through them this week. So what you need, okay, check that. Okay, so we're going to talk about your people-pleasing tendencies and why that's a block, how it's blocking you, okay, and what it actually really means when we get stuck into people-pleasing. And you're not going to like me, so brace yourself. And if you are not in a place to be able to hear this, then just brace yourself, okay? So your people-pleasing tendencies are literally the fact that you're people-pleasing, and a lot of you are, based on what I saw of your journaling, you're people-pleasing. I'm going to tell you something. I am a little bit in that category. I didn't realize that up until today. So it's constantly, it's constant in my people-pleasing. Constant. It's constant. Am I doing this because I want to, or am I doing it because I'm afraid? Am I doing this because I want to, or is there something I want to be doing? Is there something more that I want to be saying? Is there something I'm not saying because I'm afraid of what somebody else is going to say? Write that down. Is there something I'm not doing? Is there something I'm not saying because I'm afraid of what somebody else is going to say to me or what they're going to think of me? Really big, really, really, really huge. Okay. Your people pleasing tendencies, all that is, that's a scapegoat. It's all that it is. You are just not showing up for you. It's easier for you to show up for other people instead of yourself because you don't believe that you're worthy enough. It's deep. So we are working on your self worth always. Again, it's peeling back the layers of the onion. I'm not perfect. I'm still navigating, like, I come off as this hard ass, confidence in your face bitch, but I'll tell you this right now. I'm probably the most sensitive person you're ever going to meet, but a lot of people don't know that about me. Okay? I care deeply about what a lot of people think, but at the exact same time, I don't. But I've been working on it, but I still have my tendencies. That's why I guess I haven't stepped out being like after I've uncovered everything that I've uncovered. I feel like I now understand why subconsciously I've covered all that shit up about me naturally being a leader, me loving coaching, me loving to train coaches and loving people, like training and leading people to be leaders. I've kind of covered that up because I grew this story in my head that, like, I'm not Jocko Willink, so who the fuck am I? Like, I'm like, who am I to do these things? And like, who's going to listen to me teach people how to, like, be leaders? But I'm like, I'm not teaching anybody to be a leader in the military. I'm going to teach people how to be leaders in the world. And well, quite frankly, I already do it. So like, there are people going to listen to me. But do you see how, like, even I can even tend to be a little bit of a people pleaser, and all it is we are being scapegoats. Okay. Your people pleasing, write this down. Your people pleasing tendency is just a way for you to continue to spin out of control. It is just a way for you to continue to be a victim. It's just another way that you're continuing to stay safe. Safe equals stuck, equal fucking miserable, equal mediocrity. Okay? Your people pleasing tendencies are keeping you mediocre. That should sting. That should really fucking sting. And that's why I said it the way that it did. And it's all of us. It's not just one of us. It's all of us. And we all have to continue to work on that. If you are not right where you want to be, right, then that applies to you. And don't think for a second that it doesn't. Even me. Okay. Whew. That was good. So how do we not do that? Okay. It's very, very basic. We get to know ourselves the way that I taught you. Okay. So you got to go back up. You can scroll back, re-listen to this. You're going to have this in the Facebook group. It's not going anywhere, but you're also going to have it in the back end. You're going to have a whole membership site that we're putting together as I make these courses. And I'm going to put the journal prompts right into the membership site so you have them. So you can binge this forever. Okay. What's really important is that you do whatever feels called for you, but don't forget that it's here and it's all for you. So listen, how do we stop being a people pleaser? Well, we're going to go back up to that journal prompt that I gave you, your pre-journal prompt. And it's like, well, okay, let me ask myself this. What happens if I do what I really want to do and I piss everybody off, but I'm happy? Well, here's the truth. No one gives a fuck. Go do whatever you need to do. They're not going to give a fuck for that long. And if it's like your parents are going to disown you, if it's a religious thing, then you need to really take a look in the mirror. You need to have conversations. I really have to tell you in my heart, I just believe conversations are us having conversations, and sometimes really hard ones, but heartfelt ones instead of angry ones really will get us a lot of places. If you can sit down and be like, Mom, listen, you may not love A, B, and C about me. I get it. I don't love A, B, and C about you, but you're my mom. I love you. I'm your kid. You got to love me, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's different for everybody, but having conversations like that will help you. And ultimately, if people can't accept you for how you feel you need to serve in the world, then you need to ask yourself some hard questions. I have a client and she is beautiful, and she's done a lot of things in her life, and she actually has realized that she's a stripper, and she works at a very high end, um, she works at a very high end club. She does not drink, she does not smoke, she does not do drugs. She enjoys dancing. She just loves it, and she makes fuck tons of money. It was extremely hard for her to come to that reality, and she did that under my coaching, and she even said to me, "I didn't wanna tell you. I didn't wanna tell you that I was doing this." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I understand." And she said, but this is who I am, and I need to do this." And her family was upset, and everybody came to her and like, "I don't think you should do this," and blah 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 blah. But she said, "You don't understand. I need to do this. This is what I need to do for me and my soul right now. I love it. I'm only going to be young ones. I'm making tons of money, and I don't know." But she said like her heart is telling her she needs to do the thing. That is so beautiful, okay? And, she's not doing it in a reckless or dangerous manner, and I would never want any of you to do anything in a reckless or dangerous manner, but, I mean, think about how vulnerable that is. That is so vulnerable, but she's happy. She's the happiest she's been, and when you become happy, the universe provides for you. When we are not happy, it's not good. We just attract shit. We just attract shit. Things get hard. We are not expanded. We're contracted, and it's just really hard. And it's like hard to pick our legs up and put one foot in front of the other. And it's hard to like even get out of bed. And it's just hard. And life feels hard, right? But life feels hard because we're not happy. If you can do the things to make yourself happy, then life is not going to be that way. You know what makes you happy, and I just taught you how to figure it out. You have not been miserable your entire life. At one point in time, you became miserable. Go back and figure out what the fuck happened, why you're miserable, why you became miserable, and who you were before you became miserable. Take a look at those things. Those patterns are going to indicate, they're huge indicators. They're going to teach you a lot of things about you. Okay? Um, any questions about people pleasing tendencies? And here's the thing, your people pleasing tendencies are going to keep you broke. If you are in business, let's just talk, okay? If you are in business and you think you're going to make everybody happy, you're out of your mind. I even piss my clients off. Like, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to piss anybody off at all. But like when you show up and you're here to do you, and I love my clients. I love you guys, right? All of you in here are climbing. I love you and I respect all of you. But at the end of the day, like I have to do what feels right here. Just like you have to do it. Doesn't mean we have to be disrespectful about it. We don't have to be disrespectful about it, but we have to do this. We have to put our hearts forward. If you're coming from a heart-centered place and you're just continuously, what's my connection? What does my heart say? Not my head. Fuck your head. Get out of your head. But what's my heart say? What does my heart, what's my gut? What's my soul? Like, what am I yearning? What is that? If you are every day asking yourself in every moment, being present and going, okay, what's my heart say? And look at what I'm doing. There's a lot of times where you'll see me and I'm like this, like throughout my days. I'm like, how's that feel? Shitty. Nope, not doing it. How's that feel? Really good. And I'll give you this example. I don't know who the fuck I was telling today. I was telling somebody. I can't even remember. But it was my mentorship. I was talking about the situation and how to know when it's a fuck yes and when it's not, okay? And a fuck yes feels like this. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. It doesn't feel like, oh my God, go. That's anxiety. It doesn't mean it can't be under that. Like the fuck yes can be under that. But a lot of times it's not like that at all. It's like my soul, my heart's like, yeah, bitch, that's fucking it. And you know that. You know that. Because when you guys are going to tell me something great, it's never like, oh my God. It's always like, you're not in your head. You're right here. And you're like, fuck yeah, this is it. This is it. And you get pumped, but you're still here. You're not here. Okay. And that's the difference. Like I was telling my mentorship today about how like I've been looking for this hairdresser and like I've been really needing this hairdresser and I'm like, oh my gosh, and like I got my hair cut by colored by this other hairdresser. It was like I stayed in bed for a whole weekend crying my eyes out. It was like this awful thing. And then I surrendered. I gave it space. I kind of stopped thinking about it for a while, to be honest with you. And then I prayed about it. I said, all right, universe, fucking step in because I'm done. But then I let it go. Gave it some space. I surrendered. And then all of a sudden, like 3 days ago, this roundabout events happened. And I met this woman who works at a police wife owned hair salon. Number one, hello, love that. Number two, her entire Instagram bio, her hair Instagram bio, her company, this is what it says. Biolage specialist. Okay, well, that's the exact same color that I've been wanting. Okay, like I like that color pattern. I want a little bit of a drop root because if my hair goes blonde without my dark root, it wipes me right out and I look awful. I want that. I want like light blonde hair. And then she's also a blonde color specialist. And I'm like, bitch, I want blonde hair. This is great. And then she's also a specialist in cutting curly hair. I have naturally curling hair. So I'm like, holy shit, like this is wow, right? Like, holy cow, universe. Like, and she's 10 minutes from my house and the whole salon is full service. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, could we get any more like spot on, right? And I was talking to my husband about it because my aunt usually does my hair, but my aunt got sick. And so I'm like, and my husband's like, oh no, well, I think it might still be good if maybe you just like, that normalcy with your aunt because he saw me go like in a complete freak out about my hair not being done by my aunt. Okay. So he's coming out of, oh no, like, oh, go see your aunt. But that felt awful. What felt really good was me going to see this girl. And in my heart, I was like, no, that's cool. I'm going to go see her. And it was just very chill. It wasn't like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It wasn't like, what's going to happen? Like all those thoughts. It was like, nah, it's going to be cool. I don't even know why. I'm good. Recognize that feeling because it's cool. I'm good right here. That's what you want every single day. And that is what you want in your business. You want whatever you're offering to be right here. And some of you are offering shit that's not right here, right now. Okay. Some of you are offering shit because you can, because people have told you should, because maybe you're making some money from it. But the truth is you need to go here and drop into your heart. And you need to go, what fucking feels like a hell yeah? Like, I need to know, like, yeah, like, yes. Not a woohoo, oh my God, yeah. But do you understand the difference from being up here to down there? It's a very, very big difference. And when you let go of the people-pleasing tendencies and you get connected to who you really are, the way that I taught you to earlier, so you study yourself, you go within, you do the things I shared with you earlier, the first half an hour of this video, all of this plays on itself and it's going to be very life-changing for you. If you can operate this way, you're not going to fail. You might trip, you might fall, you're not going to fail. Okay, so let's talk about niching mindset issues. So if you want to be in business, okay, so I'm just gonna kind of riff a little bit. I gotta cross my legs for this one, okay? So fucking get a drink, sit down, fucking brace yourself. Here's the deal, okay? Everybody has something to say about this. I've taught you tonight how to go within you. What I want to tell you is more likely than not, the people who you want to be hanging out with are very similar to you. That you either were them or they're people who inspire you. It's very fucking basic. We just make it 10 times harder than it needs to be. It's just so basic. And the whole niche thing, it's like this. If I were to tell you, if I were to go, Nathalie, hey, I have my friend Nathalie, and she's a blank. Oh, I know you're a life coach. And she's a life coach. Oh, well, what does she do? What does she do? What the fuck do you do? I'll give credit to Lori. Lori was spent like a whole day with me one time and we were talking about it, and it got so basic when we just started like really kind of hammering it out. Because people, including myself, we get all like, oh, I'm this thing, and I'm like, oh, like, I do all these fancy fucking things, but fancy isn't gonna sell. I need to know what the fuck I'm buying. You know what I mean? You need to know what the fuck you're buying. Like, it's like a hairstylist. Are we gonna go to a hair magician? Probably not. You? I'm probably not. I'm probably not. What the fuck is a hair magician? I'm probably not going to that. You know what I mean? But I'll go to, if I know he or she is a hairstylist. I'm gonna go to that, right? Because I can understand what they're doing. You know, if you are a relationship coach, or you are a marriage coach, or you are I don't fucking know, a weight loss coach, or you are a dance coach, or I don't fucking know. But if you're one of those things, it's pretty clear on what you do. Oh, I help people who want to do the salsa, right? Or I help couples to be comfortable dancing together. I help women feel comfortable dancing in front of the mirror. I help, you name it. I mean, I don't know. I help people feel better in their clothes. I help, women design, figure out what clothes that best fit their body so that they can feel really fucking good. I could easily tell somebody about you when I do that. The thing is, you guys, is like, don't make the niching, don't make this harder than it is. And if you pay attention to the industry, you're gonna get fucked up. You're going to get fucked up. I got fucked up. I got fucked up for a long time. I made it so hard. I'm like, oh my God, like I can't just be a mindset coach. Everybody's a mindset coach, right? But you have to start somewhere, and just know that you can start out and then come in, right? So like that's what I've done. I mean, I started out and then I came in. And so I was like, for me, what I pegged myself for 3 years was a life coach for first responders. What did I do? I life coach. Who did I help? First responders. What do you do? Who do you help? You know? Now, then like recently I was like, yeah, I'm a mindset coach and expert for women. More recently, like fucking today, I decided that I am a mindset expert and a leadership coach for women. What do? I teach women how to go out and be leaders in the world. And a lot of times it's through coaching, right? And I make coaches better. Whatever. Like that's easy. It's simple. I mean, clearly I don't have it all put together yet, but those things are like easy, right? But going out there and like I've seen some really like I don't know, I saw one yesterday. I saw somebody put some shit in their bio that I just didn't understand. And it's just, if people can't understand what you do, if it's too much and you're not crystal clear and like short and concise, like people aren't going to want to work with you. And the thing is like there's millions of hairdressers and hairstylists out there, right? But the good ones, when you find a damn good one, you're like, bitch, I'm with this girl or guy. Like, I ain't going anywhere. Well, that's going to be how it is with you. You don't have to try. What makes you unique is you. What makes your hairstylist unique is them, right? Like people can cut hair, and there's people that can color hair, and there's people that can't. But even out of the people who can really color and cut hair, I have gone to several that can cut and color hair, right? But I'm going to tell you something. I left a woman who was very good at doing my hair because I couldn't stand the conversations that we were having. I did that. You know what I'm saying? So like she's a hairstylist, but I didn't like the her that made her her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, be the coach, whatever kind of coach, whatever business owner. A lot of you are coaches. Be the coach that you are. Be clear about what kind of coach you are and who you help, and then let you create your brand. One thing that my coach has taught me is that we get paid to be who we are. I get paid to be Autumn Clifford. Get paid to be yourself, because we've all been in careers, or maybe some of you are currently, where you're not getting paid to be yourself. You're getting paid to be somebody else. You're getting paid to do something. You're getting paid to be somebody else. Why would you go create a fucking business where you are not getting paid to be who you are? Does that even make any sense? No. And that is why we have to figure out why we were put on this earth to serve. It's the first word in the title of this, and it's something, it just means so deeply. You know, when I look at the best people in the world at what they are, they just fucking are so clear about why they're here and what the fuck they're doing. They're so clear about who they are. Like, listen, I'm going to just tell you a little background, and you might have heard this, so just, you know. We talk about Michael Jordan, okay? Greatest basketball player to ever live, even better than LeBron James, okay? He is just the greatest. And his dad would shit on Michael because Michael didn't know his way around a garage, had no clue, didn't know his way around like a toolbox. His dad was telling a story how he'd go and ask him for a Phillips screwdriver and Michael would give him a flat. Like, he had no fucking clue what the hell, right? And Michael didn't make that mean anything about him. He was too busy on the court playing ball. He was too busy prepping himself to be a better ball player. Do you see how, like, he didn't let that be anything about him. He didn't let that mean anything about him. And he just continuously would go all in on who he is. Okay. And he knew why he was here. He knew he was not here. Like, he didn't work. And like when he was in high school, he didn't work. He played ball all afternoon and night until it was time to go in. He would sleep. He would hang because he wanted to be taller. He would hang for like an hour, not kidding, on and off. And he would just hang and hang and hang, trying to make his body and make himself taller. It worked. And so that's what he did. He just knew what he was about. He knew what he was doing, and he knew what he was about. There's stories about like Tom Brady. He just knew what he was about. Okay. Michael Phelps, same thing. Like, they just know what they're about. And it's like, it's not that it's easy. It's not that like people didn't shit on them. It's not that people didn't approve. Like, they didn't approve. Family doesn't approve of that stuff, right? Because you need to have a job when you're in high school and you need all these things. But if you're smart enough to just know who you are and understand why you got put on this earth, you're going to succeed. And I'm asking you tonight to start really uncovering that. I'm asking you to fucking set down your people-pleasing tendencies, because all of that is just your way of fucking not showing the fuck up for actually who you really are, and you're not showing the fuck up to serve in the way that God put you on this earth to serve. Boom, mic drop. Motherfucking Reverend Autumn is in the house. That's the truth, okay? So you have got to get very clear about this and get clear on, wow, like how do I serve right now? How am I serving naturally? Am I serving by lending an ear? Am I a good listener? Get real, because this people that's watching this, you're not a good listener. You're just fucking not. You're not a good listener. Stop pretending that you fucking are, okay? Some of you suck at fucking public speaking. Who cares? I don't give a shit. I suck at writing. Like, oh my God. Like, I have like clients that will like go through my grammar because I can't, like, I'm great at speaking and articulating, but some of the shit, when I write it down, it just looks like shit. Like, I'm not beating myself up over that. I'll find people to help me make it better. Right? Like, I'm just going all in on who I am, which is doing this shit. Like, I'm really good at this. This is what I enjoy doing and I'm good at it. So here I am. Took me 27 years, but fucking hello, I have arrived. Thank God. That's what I'm asking you to do. Go all in and start really figuring out how you serve already. Get clear on that. Once you start getting clear on that by tuning within, by studying yourself, doing all of the things I told you to do, setting down the people-pleasing tendencies, noticing and being present moment to moment to moment. Am I people-pleasing, or is it right here? Am I here or am I here? Do I really want to do that thing? No. Okay, I'm not going to fucking do it. Well, it's going to piss everyone off. They're going to get over it. Are they going to get over it or are they not? They're going to get the fuck over it. They're going to get over it. And if they don't, oh well, fuck them, move on. It's just the way that it is. You have decisions you have to make. They're hard. I'm not saying that they're not hard. Of course they're hard. They're hard decisions you have to make. But you got to make them. Got to make them. We're either here, you're the fucking in or you're out. That's it. And if you're here, then you're fucking in. Right? So let's do this shit. The last thing I'm going to go over with you is intention setting. And here's why this is important. Because we're going to be setting intentions every single week. And in your business, it's very important to be setting intentions. I don't love goal setting because goals for some people, it will throw you way off. Sometimes we set goals and it is like, I'm a piece of fucking dog shit if I fail. You're not a piece of dog shit. The reason you fail is probably because for some reason you actually didn't want it. You just didn't figure that part out in you. And so now it's very important for you to identify like, oh, okay, well, I can't set goals because I get crushed or I shit all over myself, or, let's just set intentions. So intentions are more like this. This week, that is my intention to figure out who the fuck I am, to study who I am, it's my intention to know when I'm people pleasing and when I'm not. It is my intention to get all of my journal prompts done. Listen to me. Do not do the journal prompts to race through them. I can tell. I can tell who's racing through your journal prompts. I can tell. I can tell who didn't take the fucking time. I know that, whether you post them, whether you don't. To be honest with you, I'm going to tell you something. Do the journal prompts or don't. To be honest, I don't give a fuck because I'm going to do them and I'm going to get the result for me. I want you to get the result for you, but I can only like lead a horse to water. I can't force you to drink. If you don't want to do all of the work, then don't. The journal prompts, if writing it out doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. I don't care. Get your phone, put fucking voice record on and fucking do that. Okay? Like, whatever you need to do it so it feels really, really good for you, but do something. Okay? Like, ask yourself these questions and set your intentions. We want to be setting intentions. Okay? So like, why don't let's all set an intention. I'm writing it down. Set an intention, write this down, for the next 6 weeks. So by the time the last class, then you can come back and let's take a look at your intention and we're going to go there. The thing about an intention is you have to be loose with it, but you can't like you want to check in and see about it. The thing is that you do want to do that and you want to figure out like, do I really want the thing that I set the intention for or do I not? Do I really want it? Or do I not? Is there something within me that really doesn't want the thing that happens? That's the truth. I figured out like the other day, I had this like deep, deep, deep money block. Like I'm deathly afraid to fail. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. I really didn't. And I do a ton of money mindset. I do a ton of inner work all the time, but I didn't really realize that. And it was because I spent like an hour doing this inner work and going through these journal prompts and doing the things. And it came up and I was like, holy fuck. And it's something that I'm continuously working on healing. It's not something that's just going to go away. It's something that I'm continuously working on healing. Okay. So do we have any questions before I give you your journal prompts? We've been hanging out for an hour. I think it's been really good. I'd love to hear if you thought it was good. And I would love to hear if you have any questions at all so that we can get them answered. The cool thing is that the Facebook group is open so that you can always come in and you can rewatch this and you can listen to it. In fact, I don't really suggest watching. You could actually just listen to it, go about your day and just listen and do your thing that way. Thank you, Shannon. She says it is so good. So I'm hoping it's super helpful. I don't know what just happened. Oh, my screen keeps moving. Okay, so does anybody else? Good, we have people processing. What about everybody else? How are we doing? We are good? No questions, I'm assuming? Okay. So we're going to go into this. So here's your journal prompts. They'll be put in, I will put them in the Facebook group. I will also be putting them into your membership site. But these will be for what you want to write down. Who do I need to be in order to succeed? Who do I need to be in order to succeed? What in me is dying to come out? What in me is dying to come out? What does my heart want to say? What does my heart want to say? Why was I put on this earth? Why the fuck was I put on this earth? And how am I already serving in ways that maybe I don't even see? How am I already serving in ways that maybe I don't even see? That's really good. If no one gave a fuck, you don't have, if you don't swear in your account, then if no one cared, I would. La answer. If no one cared, I would. And you need to set an intention. I would love it if everybody came in and shared your intentions. That would be so fun. Set intention for your next 6 weeks. And your homework is to go and to study who you are. You have a whole week to do so. And you're going to continue to do this. That's the truth, is we actually continuously need to be doing this. But let's start this week deep diving. Go through everything I told you to go through and really figure out who the fuck you are. You're going to be I think you're going to be like, wow, the answer's been there the whole time, which is really cool. Okay. All right. This has been so fun. I didn't think it was going to take a whole hour, but apparently Mama had a lot to say tonight. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy your week. Let's stay active in here. Let's stay connected. If you guys have questions, please come in. You can tag me, my team or I, or both of us will come in and we will answer the best of our abilities. And this is going to be life-changing. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Do the work, study your damn self, and have a great week. Love you to pieces.